Imagine this, you're seconds away from a major presentation. Your heart's pounding, palms sweaty, brain racing. One wrong move, and everything crashes. But what if you didn't panic? What if, under pressure, you became stronger, clearer, more focused? There's a hidden skill that the world's top performers use. A mindset shift so powerful, it can turn crippling stress into unstoppable energy. And the best part? You already have it. You just haven't unlocked it, yet. Stay with me. We all face pressure in life, whether it's work, relationships, or personal challenges. But here's the secret, pressure doesn't have to break you. In fact, it can be the catalyst that propels you forward. The ability to turn pressure into power isn't something that just happens, it's a skill that can be developed and honed. This skill is often seen in high-performing individuals who thrive under stress, making bold decisions and achieving extraordinary results. It's not about avoiding pressure, but learning to embrace it and use it to your advantage. Imagine turning that nervous energy into unstoppable motivation. That's exactly what we'll explore today, the transformative power of pressure when you master this game-changing skill. Meet the protagonist, you. Yes, you. We all have the potential to tap into this extraordinary skill, but it's up to us to unlock it. Your objective: to transform pressure from a source of stress into a driving force that fuels your success. Picture yourself in the heat of the moment, deadlines looming, expectations high, and stress mounting. But instead of feeling overwhelmed, you feel a surge of focus and energy. This skill will help you stay calm, collected, and poised for success even when the pressure is at its peak. It's about mastering your emotions, shifting your mindset, and taking deliberate action in the face of adversity. Ready to discover how? Let's dive in and see how you can harness pressure as your greatest asset. Now, let's introduce the central challenge. Imagine you're in a crucial meeting or facing a major decision in your career. The pressure starts to build up, your heart races, your palms sweat, and the voices in your head begin to shout doubts. This is where most people break. They react impulsively, lose their composure, and let the pressure dictate their actions. But here's the thing, the difference between those who thrive and those who crumble lies in how they respond to that pressure. The conflict isn't just external, it's the battle between reacting emotionally and staying focused under stress. Every successful person has faced this moment. The difference? They've learned how to shift their perspective, embrace the pressure, and transform it into a powerful force for success. But that takes a specific skill, one that not everyone knows how to develop. That's what we're going to uncover here. Now, let's introduce the central challenge. Imagine you're in a crucial meeting or facing a major decision in your career. The pressure starts to build up, your heart races, your palms sweat, and the voices in your head begin to shout doubts. This is where most people break. They react impulsively, lose their composure, and let the pressure dictate their actions. But here's the thing, the difference between those who thrive and those who crumble lies in how they respond to that pressure. The conflict isn't just external, it's the battle between reacting emotionally and staying focused under stress. Every successful person has faced this moment. The difference? They've learned how to shift their perspective, embrace the pressure, and transform it into a powerful force for success. But that takes a specific skill, one that not everyone knows how to develop. That's what we're going to uncover here. As we dig deeper into this journey, we hit our first obstacle, overcoming the instinct to react. When stress hits, our natural response is often to panic, avoid, or freeze. The pressure is too much, and our instinct is to escape it. But in doing so, we miss an opportunity to unlock our potential. This is the key obstacle for so many. How do you remain calm, think clearly, and harness that very pressure that's trying to break you? The more you try to fight it, the more it controls you. So, the first step in transforming pressure into power is acknowledging this natural impulse to react, understanding it, and reframing it. Most people don't even realize they are sabotaging their potential at this very moment. This is the crucial moment of truth. Do you allow yourself to be driven by the pressure, or do you decide to take control, turn it around, and make it work for you? That's what separates those who achieve extraordinary success from those who settle for mediocrity. Now, let's break down the transformation process. To shift from reacting to responding effectively under pressure, it's essential to adopt a series of steps that gradually change how we perceive and handle stress. First, pause. The moment you feel the pressure mounting, don't just react, stop. This is where you start to regain control. Second, breathe deeply. Your breath can shift your entire physiological response and calm the mind, allowing you to think clearly. Third, challenge your assumptions. When faced with stress, we often jump to conclusions or fear the worst. By questioning those thoughts, you free yourself from the grip of anxiety. Finally, take strategic action. In this phase, you're no longer overwhelmed by pressure, you begin to leverage it as fuel for your next move. Each of these steps requires practice, but over time, you'll realize that pressure isn't the enemy, it's your greatest ally. The more you embrace this process, the stronger you become. It's about moving from a place of fear to one of empowerment. When you learn how to control your reaction and use pressure to push you forward, you unlock a deeper, more resilient part of yourself that thrives under stress, not just survives it. At this point, the stakes are high. The pressure reaches its peak. This is the moment when everything could either break or break through. You've put in the groundwork, and now you're faced with a challenge that seems impossible to overcome. You've trained your mind, adopted the right techniques, but nothing prepares you for the sheer force of intense pressure. But here's the twist, this is where most people falter. They crumble, they panic, and they give up. However, the ones who succeed, those who truly unlock their potential, use this very moment as a turning point. They understand that the greater the pressure, the greater the potential for growth. In this crucial moment, they stay calm. They execute their strategies and trust their preparation. They don't look at the pressure as a threat anymore, but as an opportunity to prove their strength. This is the pivotal moment where you discover that under the right conditions, pressure doesn't break you, it empowers you. This is when the magic happens, the clarity, the focus, the power to perform. The climax of the story isn't about avoiding pressure, it's about learning how to wield it to your advantage. This breakthrough, this shift in mindset, is the moment that defines true empowerment. You've unlocked the skill, and now, you're ready to thrive under pressure. As we approach the peak of this journey, there's a hidden truth that most people miss, something that could completely change the way you view pressure and stress. What if I told you that the pressure you've been avoiding is actually the key to your success? Here's the secret, the most successful individuals, those who have turned intense stress into unstoppable power, have always known something the average person doesn't. The power lies not in avoiding pressure, but in embracing it. This is the part of the story where the true realization sets in. While everyone else is trying to outrun the pressure, the real winners have been stepping into it, understanding its rhythm, and using it to fuel their drive. And the most powerful part? The tension doesn't go away, it's transformed into a force that drives you forward. The dramatic irony here is that the pressure you fear the most is actually the very thing that gives you strength. The key isn't escaping it, it's learning to thrive because of it. You thought the pressure was your enemy, but it turns out, it's your greatest ally. Now, with this new understanding, you can conquer any challenge with ease. Pressure isn't something to fear anymore, it's the very thing that pushes you towards your greatness. Meet our protagonist, the individual who stands at the crossroads of doubt and opportunity. This person is just like you. They've been feeling the weight of the world on their shoulders, facing challenges that seem insurmountable, yet they continue to push forward. At first, they struggled. They believed that pressure was something that could break them. But slowly, through trials, mistakes, and lessons learned, they began to see things differently. Instead of succumbing to the pressure, they started understanding it. They realized that it wasn't about being perfect or never facing adversity, it was about using the pressure to fuel their growth. This shift in mindset was the turning point. They became resilient, their growth unstoppable. This character is now not just surviving, they're thriving. They've developed an emotional toughness that is the foundation for achieving their greatest goals. Through their journey, they've learned to reframe failure, embrace discomfort, and see setbacks as stepping stones. This transformation is what makes them unstoppable. Their greatest asset now isn't their talent, but their ability to turn pressure into power. Now, let's explore how our protagonist plans to use this newfound skill, turning pressure into power. It all starts with preparation. They know that the next big challenge is looming on the horizon, and this time, they are ready. The key is not to shy away from the pressure but to lean into it with a clear strategy. They take a moment to visualize their success, breathing deeply, and focusing their mind on the ultimate goal. This mental rehearsal is crucial, and it helps them enter high-stress situations with confidence. The payoff is incredible. Every stressful moment now feels like an opportunity, a chance to perform at their best. Their approach to challenges has completely shifted. When others buckle under pressure, they remain calm and composed, executing their plan with precision. The skill they've unlocked has allowed them to remain focused, sharp, and energized in the face of adversity. Every time they harness the pressure, they become more confident in their ability to rise above challenges. The results are clear. The payoff is not just success, but a newfound inner strength that propels them forward. As our protagonist faces mounting pressure, they must now put their plan into action. The time has come to test their newly unlocked skill in real-world conditions. With an important presentation looming, they step into the room, fully prepared, not only with facts and figures but with a mindset that turns every ounce of anxiety into fuel for performance. The room is filled with critical eyes, and the pressure is palpable, but instead of succumbing to nerves, they channel the pressure into a burst of energy. Their movements are deliberate, their words measured, and their confidence radiates throughout the room. As the presentation unfolds, they navigate the challenges with ease, responding to tough questions, managing time effectively, and engaging the audience. The pressure that once would have been overwhelming is now their greatest asset, pushing them to perform beyond expectations. The action intensifies as the stakes rise, but with each challenge, they grow stronger, more focused, and more adept at turning stress into a source of power. The audience is captivated, and their confidence grows with each successful moment. The transformation is complete. Under pressure, our protagonist not only survives but thrives. They have unlocked the true power of stress, and now it's their greatest strength. Now that the protagonist has successfully navigated the storm of pressure, everything begins to come together. The earlier struggles, the intense moments of doubt, and the feeling of being overwhelmed now make sense. The pressure, once perceived as a threat, has transformed into the protagonist's greatest tool. They begin to realize that mastering pressure isn't about eliminating stress, it's about aligning it with their goals, channeling it into something powerful. This newfound unity between the mind and external circumstances is a game changer. The once chaotic energy is now focused, deliberate, and productive. The protagonist now acts with precision, clarity, and poise, as if every action is part of a larger, harmonious plan. Every challenge no longer feels like an obstacle, it's an opportunity to apply their skill and elevate themselves further. The story takes on a sense of flow, like a well-rehearsed performance that seems effortless. It's not just about surviving the pressure, it's about thriving within it. With this realization, the protagonist steps into a new phase of mastery, where pressure becomes a steady ally rather than an adversary. The transformation is not just visible to the protagonist, but to everyone around them. This is a person who has learned how to unlock their true potential, even under the heaviest of weights. With the protagonist now equipped with the skill to turn pressure into power, they face a final test, a high-stakes scenario where all the lessons they've learned will be put to the ultimate challenge. This is the moment that determines if their transformation is truly complete. As the pressure mounts, there's no panic, no hesitation. Instead, there's a calm resolve, an almost serene confidence. The protagonist embraces the challenge, knowing that their preparation has been thorough, their mindset unshakable. This is the payoff, the culmination of everything they've worked for. The aftermath is nothing short of extraordinary. The pressure that once threatened to break them now fuels their success. Not only have they managed to conquer the task at hand, but they've also raised their standards, proving to themselves and others that they are now operating on an entirely. They're no longer a person who reacts to pressure, they're the person who controls it, who makes it work in their favor. The transformation is complete, and the rewards are evident: respect, admiration, and, most importantly, a profound sense of empowerment. The protagonist has risen, and the world around them recognizes the incredible growth they've undergone. The aftermath leaves a lasting impression, not just on the protagonist, but on everyone who has witnessed their journey. The story concludes by emphasizing the central theme: the power of mindset in overcoming pressure. The protagonist's journey illustrates that pressure is not an enemy to fear, but a force to be harnessed. It's a call to action for anyone facing adversity, showing them that they, too, have the power to transform moments of stress into opportunities for growth. This theme resonates deeply with the audience, reminding them that the difference between those who succeed and those who falter often lies in how they respond to challenges. The protagonist's story is a universal one of resilience, adaptability, and the quiet strength that comes from within. By embracing pressure as a tool for empowerment, they've not only achieved their goal, but they've unlocked a deeper understanding of their own potential. The takeaway is clear: the power you need to succeed is already within you. It's just a matter of unlocking it when the pressure is on. The theme leaves the audience with a profound sense of possibility, ready to face their own challenges with a new mindset, empowered and equipped to turn pressure into their greatest asset.